Welcome, world, to Life, Love, and Wellness Global, a worldwide wellness movement. I am Reverend Sandy Rogers, and as the creator of this historic event, it is my pleasure to welcome you. We come together to bring you this historic event. We have practitioners, holistic practitioners, we have medical doctors, we have spiritual individuals. This event is so lovingly dedicated to my mother, Mrs. Barbara Dean Brown. And my mother taught me like 40 plus years ago about the importance and the meaning behind herbs. And she would always say, we don't know what they putting in those pills, so you better not, get hooked on prescription drugs. And so we listened to Mom, but not all of us paid attention. My sister, bless her heart, was diagnosed recently thereafter with asthma, and she was prescribed prednisone, which is a very powerful steroid. And my sister actually got hooked on steroids, like someone out on the street kind of hooked, like on heroin or crack or something like that. And so my mom and my sister are both on the other side, living in the other dimension, but they're upholding me, and this is dedicated to their memory. So we don't want to come and make you change your mind about what you're doing. We just want to provide information to you, something different, so that you have options to choose from, so that you're not stuck. Because the environment that we now live in, the fast foods, the toxins in the air that we breathe and in the water that we drink, and the processed foods, and all of that is causing havoc on this precious body temple. So God created our bodies to heal themselves, but they can only heal themselves when they're fed and they're nourished and they're stress-free. And so the 60 or so or more experts that we have are bringing you this worldwide wellness movement in an attempt to share their testimonies and their information with you. So we have from age 14 on up. I don't even know what the oldest age is. I think 88 or something. So you see, that's a wide range of knowledge that we're bringing you. And so we hope that you come and that you get all the knowledge that you need to affect a positive change on your life, and share this with others. It's free, it's online, and so we're just so thankful that you decided to be a part of our listening community, the viewing community, and we certainly appreciate you for giving us your time of day and your energy and your efforts to being with us and to being a part of this historic event. We have pulled together people of color for you, by you, right? So we want to make sure that you understand that we too, melanated people with color, can enjoy, practice, and participate in some of these modalities that others have been doing for centuries, and that is pretty new to our community. So we talk about Qigong, we talk about meditation, yoga, spiritual work from a different perspective than religion. So we talk about the spirituality aspect. We talk about abuse in the families. We talk about all kinds of subjects because we know that in our communities there are layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff that we never talk about that's causing a negative effect on our bodies and its healing process. So we address it, whatever it is, and we hope that you will benefit from the many experts that we have, and that you walk away with lots of knowledge and lots of new information, and that you become fully empowered to share information with others. So thank you for being with us. We love you and we bless you, and we look forward to doing this again. But thanks for being here with the first one. We appreciate you.
Life, love, and wellness. Life, love, and wellness.
and I am in Atlanta, Georgia. And I am happy to be here with you today, sharing what little knowledge I have on the topic of spirituality. So when you think of spirituality, many people get it confused with religion. Spirituality is something that we gift to ourselves. It helps us to stay sane, it helps us to be grounded, and it helps us to be able to navigate our moods and our intentions of what we want in life. And there are things that we can do. Well, first of all, let me just say, I want you to just close your eyes for a moment and envision a pool of water. Now what I want you to do is to envision someone throwing a rock in the water. You'll probably notice that there's going to be a little bit of noise, a whole lot of splash, and all of that calmness that you envisioned at first is now going to be disrupted. And it's going to be wavy and all of that for a long time. Now I want you to go back and have that same memory of the water that's calm. And I want you to think of someone throwing a pebble in the water. There'll be not any noise, and there will be ripples. And the ripples will kind of go out like in a circle all around. That's what spirituality is. And when we gift ourselves with the ability to bring spirituality into our life at will, when we beckon it, it helps us to stay well. And that's what this whole series is all about, is wellness. So how would one practice spirituality? Well, there are many ways that you can do that. And one of the ways is to, at command, bring calmness to yourself. And you can do that simply by, even if you're in a crowded place, just take a moment and take some deep breaths. Just really deep breaths, because that's the one thing that we lack, is breathing deeply. We have these little short, those kind of breaths, even though they may not be as exaggerated as I just did. But take some deep breaths. And when you take a deep breath, you want to put your hands on your stomach. And as you breathe in, you want to see your stomach go out. And then breathe out, and the stomach goes back in. So I'll demonstrate. And as you probably noticed, I took a few seconds to hold the breath within me. You cannot imagine just doing that simple steps of taking deep breaths can just calm you down. So taking deep breaths is a way that we can center ourselves. Also, one of the things that I have seen happening today is that there is just overload of media stimulation, where it has us frightened, confused, angered. All of these emotions take away our ability for wellness. So one of the things that I would suggest doing too is to give yourself the ability to take a fast away from the media. A fast, oh please don't get upset with me now, away from Facebook, so that we are not bombarded with overstimulation of things that, let's face it, we have no control over, but it still goes into our body and it makes us feel a certain kind of way. Okay? And then once we have that infused in our body, now what do we do with it? So we gotta repeat it and repeat it again and repeat it again. And then all of a sudden we're even more upset. So give yourself opportunities to take media Facebook fast, even if it's for a half a day, or stretch it out to a day, just so that you can have control of what goes into your body. When you take a television fast, you're not, okay, so the TV is on, and you may not even be watching it, but you are hearing the words that are coming through. And we have absolutely no control over what's going to come over the airwaves. And then it hits us and, really, oh my God, 30 people died, we've lost it. We are not in control. We're not grounded. So it's another way of helping us to bring our spirituality into full force. Another way that we can bring about spirituality is to go on a talking fast. So from what I have heard is that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should be listening more than we speak. So when you're taking a talking fast, this is a great opportunity to be an observer and just listen and not have anything to say. First of all, it builds your muscles for control, self-control. And the less that you speak, the less that you're taking away from your energy. It's so important for us to just watch what's going on around the world. Spirituality, I'm going to repeat, is not religion. It's a gift that we give to ourselves. And in order to stay grounded, spirituality is the way to go. Now, I've asked many people, do you meditate? And almost everybody that I ask emphatically says yes. But when I probe a little bit more how they meditate, it's generally that they have quiet time and they sit down and read. Well, that's great. I'm sure it's very relaxing, but that's not what meditation is. So when we pray, we're actually asking for something. We're asking our source for something. Meditation is the complete opposite, where we take the time to sit back and be still and listen for the answer. And when you meditate, you are actually not doing anything but just relaxing and using your skills of breathing, like I showed you in the beginning, and just being still and just be. Just sit and be. Now, many times when people meditate, they said they didn't feel anything. And a lot of times they said, I went to sleep. It's okay, because it's very relaxing. And with practice, it gets better. So when you don't know what you're supposed to feel like, you think that it's not working. But it's something that I do daily as a daily practice. I start off my meditation as soon as I wake up, and I meditate for 20 minutes. What it does is it centers you. it grounds you, and you have the ability to listen for direction. I've also found that what it has done for me is it has answered questions to perhaps situations that I have encountered with other people, giving me an answer to, that particular thing. And if I go several days without meditating, I know it, because I'm not as clear, whereas meditation brings clarity. I'm not as clear. I'm like stumbling through life. It's like I'm off my balance. I'm just not there, and they'll hit me. Oh, I haven't meditated for a couple of days. And it starts my day off serene and zen, and I'm able to take the punches of life. I'm able to go with the flow. And that's what I really like about, being able to meditate. My family and I, when my daughter was about 5 years old, took a 3-day transcendental meditation workshop. And we all received mantras. And at the time we were told never to tell anyone what our mantra is. And what I love about our family, none of us ever said, so what's your mantra? What's your mantra? We allowed the sacredness of our mantra to be her mantra, my husband's mantra. My daughter, like I said, was about 6 years old. And it has been the best gift. That was the best 3 days of my entire life, because I have been able to rein in whatever anger or being upset or whatever my emotions might be in just my 20-minute session of meditation. But to get up and to stretch, and I mean really stretch your body and hold those stretches, it just not only works on our mental ability, but it also works on the inner part of our body, because all of those stretches really work on your inner organs. And so it's helping you to be well throughout. You don't have to have any other type of doctrines in order to do meditation. Like I said, meditation is a gift. Any of us can do it. Even if you build up to full-fledged meditation, even if you just take 5 minutes a day and just sit in a quiet place, even if it means leaving your desk at work and going to the bathroom, locking the bathroom door, and just sitting there for 5 minutes with your eyes closed and thinking about nothing, that can revitalize you and help you to get through the rest of the day. Because what meditation does is it energizes you. And for those people that say, oh, I don't know, I went to sleep on it, you were in a deep sleep. No matter how, it could have only been like 2 minutes, you don't even know. But what it does is it revitalizes you, it gives you energy. It's way, way better than a cup of coffee. But without the caffeine, and it gives you that calmness, and it's just awesome. So I know many times I've been in meditation, and maybe something occurred in my life, maybe the day before or whatever, and during the meditation, it's so clear as to what that transpired, why it happened, and what I'm to do about it. So it's not just in the here and now. It could be from days ago. It can even be from days before. Helping me to bridge the path to where I need to go. I can even have like pictures in my mind of what it is that I'm supposed to do. So it's not a thing of where you hear voices or whatever, but it can be symbols and pictures, and it's just so beautiful. And there's no other way to get that but through spirituality. Definitely start off with yourself, even if it's to sit for 5 minutes, and then increase it to 10 minutes, and increase it to 15 minutes until you do 20 minutes. I think the great amount of time to do it is 20 minutes. And as I said before, we did it in the morning for 20 minutes and then in the evening for 10 minutes. You don't want to do it too late because it's going to give you energy. So you don't want to be up, all night, because you will be energized. And also meditation works best on an empty stomach. So if you're doing it in the evening, you want to make sure that you haven't eaten anything. You might maybe have a cracker or something if you're really hungry, but it's just something about an empty stomach that is going to help you to elevate mentally. And that's what it's all about, is elevation of the spirit. I have practiced very shortly Taoism, and I went for a 4-day weekend retreat on Taoism. And although they were speaking another language, most of the time I did not know what they were saying. But because it was a spiritual retreat, it's almost like having someone to transmute to you on a non-verbal level, where you're like mind to mind. And out of that whole weekend, what I most received was that we are here on earth to be happy. I would say, as a parting message, that if your life is not working at the capacity that you would like for it to be working, if you are not truly, truly happy, and if you are not truly, truly as healthy as you would like to be, what have you got to lose? Come on, let's be honest with yourself. What have you got to lose? Step back, be still, sit down and listen. Listen to your inner voice, because there is where you will find the answer. It reminds me of Iyanla Vanzant. I heard her say that when she would ask her father any question, his answer was always the same: sit down, shut up, and listen. She said it didn't matter what subject it was on, the answer was always sit down, shut up, and listen. And it wasn't until he was not around that she was thinking about asking him the question, and his voice entered her mind: sit down, shut up, and listen. That's exactly what you do when you meditate. You are opening up your heart and you're opening up your ears to hear the voice of God. So why not do it?
Thank you, Miss Star Waters. What an honor.
My pleasure.